Powered by the Montana Television Network. This is the 10 o'clock news on Q2, Montana's news leader.
Hello and welcome, folks. Thank you for joining us here on the Weekend News. I'm Dustin Kleeman. We begin with an overnight success for Senate Republicans. They narrowly passed a $1.5 trillion tax plan. It benefits corporations and the wealthy, but what's in it for everyone else? Errol Barnett has the latest.
At a fundraiser in New York today, President Trump was boastful about the Senate's passage of the GOP tax bill.
Last night we passed, in the history of the country, the largest tax cuts and reform.
Marathon negotiations stretched overnight, with Vice President Pence announcing the success of Senate Republicans just before 2 a.m.
The Tax Cuts and Jobs Act, as amended, is passed.
Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell praised his party's legislative win.
This is a great day for the country. It's been 31 years since we've done comprehensive tax reform.
Not all Americans will see equal financial gains. The corporate tax cut from 35% to 20% is permanent, but individuals and families would get a temporary tax cut. It's estimated a family of four earning $75,000 annually would initially get a tax break averaging $2,200, but only until 2025.
Millions of Americans must be watching in stunned disbelief tonight.
Democratic senators without enough votes to stop the bill could only protest.
They're sending around their edits as we speak.
Can you tell me what that word is?
Retiring Tennessee Senator Bob Corker, the lone Republican holdout, was frustrated the bill added over $1 trillion to the deficit over the next decade.
And it just came down to sort of the bump up of between fiscal issues and my concern about the long-term debt.
The Senate's bill now heads into conference, where Republicans will work to reconcile it with the House version, ironing out key differences. Now, President Trump wants congressional Republicans to get him a final tax bill to sign before Christmas. This is in addition to other pending deadlines. Republicans are also preparing a 2-week spending bill to avoid a government shutdown before federal funds run out this upcoming Friday. Errol Barnett, CBS News, the White House.
It's also worth pointing out there was an amendment from Texas Senator Ted Cruz that also passed with a tie-breaking vote from Vice President. It expands 529 college savings accounts to include the use for elementary and secondary education, including homeschooling. The Democrats charge as it being undercutting the public school funding system. The Senate bill will still need to be reconciled before the House version before it can go to the president's desk. He hopes that will be done before Christmas. In the meantime, Montana Senators Jon Tester and Steve Daines taking to Twitter to share their thoughts on tax reform. Just 4 days ago, Republican Senator Daines said he was not going to vote yes on the bill unless he saw major changes for Main Street businesses. Daines said he needed to see revisions to the tax cut that would ensure Main Street businesses are not put at a disadvantage against large corporations. Just a day later, Daines said he was able to secure more than $60 billion in tax cuts for Main Street businesses, pushing his vote for a vote from a no to a yes. After the Senate passed the bill this morning, Daines said, quote, "We are one step closer to once in a generation opportunity to grow jobs and increase wages for Montana farmers, ranchers, small business owners, and working families." On the other flip side of that coin, Montana Democratic Senator Jon Tester slammed the bill, saying, quote, "The U.S. Senate just passed a hastily written bill that adds $1.5 trillion to the debt. Washington dysfunction has hit a new low, and Montana families and small businesses deserve better." A tweet that appeared from President Trump caused a huge controversy today. Now it appears the president didn't write the message himself. Laura Podesta is in New York, where the president spent his day fundraising, and has the very latest.
Not long after President Trump finished his remarks at a New York City event, a controversial tweet went out about his former national security advisor, Michael Flynn. Flynn pleaded guilty Friday to lying to federal agents about his contact with the then Russian ambassador to the U.S. Mr. Trump tweeted, "I had to fire General Flynn because he lied to the vice president and the FBI. He has pled guilty to those lies. There was nothing to hide." The tweet suggested he knew Flynn had been dishonest back in February when the president asked then FBI Director James Comey to shut down the investigation into Flynn. The tweet caused a firestorm on the social media site. Democrat Congressman Adam Schiff wrote, "If that is true, Mr. President, why did you wait so long to fire Flynn? And why did you pressure Director Comey to let this go?" But sources tell CBS News the president did not write the tweet. Instead, it was Trump's lawyer, John Dowd, who composed the message. And what he meant to say was Flynn was fired for lying to Pence and other White House officials, and now we know he lied to the FBI.
What has been shown is no collusion. No collusion.
Speaking to reporters for the first time since Flynn's guilty plea, President Trump did not appear concerned that Flynn is now cooperating with special counsel Robert Mueller's investigation into Russian meddling during the election and possible collusion with the Trump campaign. Laura Podesta, CBS News, New York.
Sources also telling CBS they acknowledge that CBS News, that they acknowledge Mr. Trump's tweet was unhelpful, raising questions about what the president knew and when he knew that. Come back to Montana. One man is in ICU after a shooting in Superior earlier this morning. Mineral County Sheriff's Office responded to a report a man had been shot. The victim was transported to the local hospital, but then later transferred to another hospital for surgery. The Sheriff's Office, along with the Montana Department of Justice, is in the initial stages of the investigation. However, no suspect is in custody at this time. Officials say they can ensure the community's safety is a priority. We switch gears now. We go to weather. Rob Griggs joining us to talk a little bit about the future ahead, which is a little bit different and more kind of what we need when it comes to precipitation, because people forget, even though it's winter, we need to accumulate that so when it comes summer, we don't have a deficit.
And not actually even winter yet, but it's supposed to be behaving like winter in early December. So I think we're going to get a taste of that December weather here before too long. But I want to show you a couple of Facebook pictures. I called my friend Dave and Connie Sauceda over in Powell, Wyoming. My mind is wandering again. Anyway, Dave snapped this picture for me. He was so glad that he sent me a picture of this gnarly cloud over there in Powell. Had a couple of other shots, but I really like that one, Dave. So good job. Thanks, Dave, for doing that. Here's kind of a fun one. Peggy Liggett sent in this picture of her dog Milo, kind of depressed in front of the fireplace by the tree because the weather forecast is not what Milo was hoping for. Hey, sorry, dog. That's just kind of the way the ball bounces. Quick look at our headlines. We do, in fact, have a winter storm warning west of Billings. 1 to 2 inches of snow locally by Monday, and colder but not frigid temps. The complete forecast for Milo and you in just a little bit. Dustin?
Thank you very much, Rob. Well, as Rob was saying, it's been warmer outside as of late. No ice on Lake Elmo this year, but it was another successful polar plunge to help Special Olympics today. More than 20 teams jumping into Lake Elmo, which I assure you isn't warm. It's the annual event. It's all part of the law enforcement torch run. You can see people dressing up, enjoying themselves. Those involved say they love helping these athletes year in and year out.
It's very rewarding. It's a battery recharge, I call it. I mean, it takes the stuff that you do on a normal day with the sheriff's office, and it turns it completely on its head and makes you feel great about being a person again.
$35,000 raised for Special Olympics. I'd say that was a success. Also, weather playing a factor in another event, this one for runners at the Santa Shuffle. Many dressing up in their favorite Santa gear to run through Riverfront Park and Norm's Island. Last year, the weather was actually too cold, so this is the inaugural event for the Santa Shuffle. This year, the proceeds from the run helped the Salvation Army, which has worked with many of the groups to help people in need this time of year.
For us to come alongside of that with our community partners and those that are helping us support those efforts, that is the pinnacle of Christmas. It's not just about what you get, it's what you give. And so I really think this is part of my favorite part of Christmas, is giving back to the community.
There is no way that I personally could give the amount of money out of my personal income that we can raise and give through an event like this. So, many hands make light work, and when everybody comes and gives a little bit, it makes an impact.
A lot of helpful people in our community. They hope to make Santa Shuffle an annual running event to help any charity in need. Coming up next on the Q2 10 o'clock news, ART providing insights into the effects of long-term confinement at military prisons. We'll have that story you want to stick around for. And later in sports, basketball is the king in the Magic City tonight. Could the MSUB women stay perfect? Dan Dragon will tell you in just a bit.
You're watching MTN News with Dustin Kleeman, Storm Tracker weather with Rob Griggs, and sports with Casey Conlon. This is the Q2 10 o'clock news in high definition.